Hello there, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since we've talked, so we're going to talk about the leaked release date that came out. It actually came out a while ago, and a load of people have covered it since then. And you're probably going to comment, "Oh no, everyone's already covered this. Why are you covering it now?" Well, it's been a little bit, and some of the things have also come true, so it's very interesting. So we're going to talk about that. But before we jump into all that, guys, just try out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Alpha Beta, Wrath Lich King Classic, and more, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be more of a casual, chatty, unscripted, just kind of like moving my hands a lot video, where we talk about the release date and we talk about kind of the readiness of the alpha. I play a lot of alpha over on this Twitch stream, as I mention all the time. We've literally been streaming it pretty much every single day since it's come out, and we do all sorts of fun things over there. So if you want to check that out, that'd be really cool, because this is kind of what we do. This is what we do. But I played it a lot, and I've been leveling recently 60 to 70, and I did some endgame stuff as well, and this leak came out back in August. I think it came out. Today is September 1st. Thursday, September 1st. So we're going to talk about what this means. So the leak came out. I don't know what the source of the leak came from. I think it might have come from the classic WoW Reddit, because they were talking about Wrath of the Lich King. Don't know if it came from the Call of Duty community, because it mentions Call of Duty as well. I actually have no idea where this came from or what the source was of it. But it is very interesting, the way it's laid out, the way it looks and things like that. Essentially what the kind of like picture is, the image is just of like different dates and different milestones that Blizzard Activision are wanting to hit this year with announcements and releases and things. So the image itself is pretty low quality, as you can see, but a lot of this has come true, if not basically everything that's on here so far. That's why I kind of waited to release this video, because I wanted to wait for, the Game Awards announcement and the Wrath announcement and things like that, and all of this has come true so far. So this image, as I said, was leaked back in August. This was before Wrath of the Lich King Prepatch was announced and Wrath of the Lich King launch, I believe. So Prepatch did launch on the 30th of August, as this says, and the pre-sale, or the kind of collector's edition, deluxe edition, also came out on that day as well, as this says, which is really, really interesting. So it does mention about Call of Duty. I don't know too much about Call of Duty in the announcements that way, so I'm not going to mention that. But it does mention about the Game Awards. At the time of this leaking out, the Game Awards were not announced. The date was not announced for the Game Awards. And lo and behold, the Game Awards have been announced, and it is on December 8th. So yeah, it looks like that was right as well. So Diablo 4 pre-purchase is going to come with the Game Awards on December 8th. That will include a WoW mount as well, so we'll surely cover that as and when that comes out. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, right? So the Game Awards was correct, the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch was correct, the Wrath of the Lich King launch was also correct. That is announced and happening on September 26th. So what we're going to focus on here is 10.0. Dragonflight Prepatch is mentioned, and Dragonflight global launch is mentioned. So Prepatch for Dragonflight is slated for October 25th, 2022. As of right now, that is literally next month. Now, Prepatch for Dragonflight will include a lot of Dragonflight. We're going to get Drakthir. We're going to get the talents. We're going to get the UI update. We're going to get a lot of the evergreen features of Dragonflight in the Prepatch. So a lot of that stuff needs to be done. Classes need to be finished and done by Prepatch. There's no, you're not going to get old talents and then they're going to release the new talents on the launch of the game. Prepatch means those features, like the Drakthir Evoker, will need to be finished by that point of October 25th. Now, here's the thing, and what's really interesting, which kind of triggered me to make this video, is I've been talking a lot about Prepatch. I've been talking a lot about PTR Prepatch. That's something, a lot of people are coming into my stream and saying, "Oh, Dan, can I get an invite to Alpha? Can I get invited to Beta?" and things like that. And mainly, a lot of the time, a lot of these people don't want to play Dragonflight. They just want to play around with their class. They want to mess around with the Drakthir. They want to do all that kind of stuff. And all of that content is pre-patch content. So if Blizzard were to launch the pre-patch PTR sooner rather than later, a lot of those people are going to jump into the PTR, test their class. Obviously, it's a level 60 kit, but it's still their class and their new talent trees. And the Drakthir Evoker starting zone, all of that is going to be available in the pre-patch and would be available on the PTR, which is open to absolutely everybody. And I mentioned this in a tweet a couple days ago, saying that this would be an amazing idea for Blizzard to do because of the amount of feedback they'll get on classes and things like that. And it looks like, as of the recording of this video, PTR is down right now. And a tweet from Marlamin is mentioning that the PTR is looking like it's going to be updated for 10.0. So pre-patch PTR looks like it's coming very soon as maybe this week or even next week. We will be potentially looking at a pre-patch PTR available to absolutely everyone. Test out the classes, test out the Dracthyr, all that good stuff. And that'll obviously be updated as and when the beta or the alpha right now gets updated as well. They kind of run on the same builds. Obviously on PTR you just won't have that Dragonflight content. You'll be kind of stuck in Shadowlands kind of esque or content that you're not going to get. But you also might get a pre-patch event, which is interesting because we don't know too much about that. So stay tuned for that, but we'll definitely be covering that on the channel when that comes out. So that's pre-patch. Pre-patch is, next month, potentially, right? October 25th. That's very, very soon. Now, it also mentions about global launch for Dragonflight. That is November 28th, just over a month later, for a month-long pre-patch with a kind of late November launch for the expansion. This seems pretty likely, to be honest. They did mention 2022, and obviously with time ticking on and alpha turning into beta very, very soon, we're going to be looking at a late 2022 release, and November 28th seems like a reasonable date. In a recent interview with Ian, Ian mentioned about releasing all the raids at once. So that is something they're looking at, as because the year is kind of wrapping up and they don't want to be working over Christmas, they don't want people raiding over Christmas. That is potentially how that's going to work, right? Because the raids will come out a week later. Season 1 of Dragonflight could potentially start on December 6th, with the race to world first happening at the same time, if that's the idea that they're thinking of releasing normal, heroic, and mythic all at the same time. But again, they didn't really announce anything. He just kind of questioned the idea of it. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But November 28th does sound likely. Now, the big question here is, for me, is it ready? How's it looking right now? As I said, I play a lot of alpha. Honestly, I'm there every day, and I'm kind of, testing things and whatnot. And this alpha really does feel like a beta, especially at this point. All the zones are released. There's some endgame activities in there. The classes are slowly getting there. I think as of right now, the only class not available is a Vengeance Demon Hunter, but again, that's going to come in soon. The classes are also getting a lot of iterations. They've put kind of their first draft of all the classes out there, and then they've been tweaking and changing things depending on feedback and ideas. Hunters have had a million different changes. They look like they're pretty much done now. They're going to move on to other classes, and that's kind of the way they're looking at it. And they want to get those done, obviously, before October 25th, if that is the potential pre-patch date. But other than that, because there's no big overarching systems like Azurai or Torghast or anything like that, they have a lot of room to finalize things, to polish things, because there's not these big systems, these big new systems that they need to kind of work on. They basically have, as of right now, everything potentially on the alpha. Everything is there, like all the endgame systems. The only thing, obviously, Mythic Plus, raiding, that all needs testing, but actual overarching systems, there's no islands or Torghast or anything like that. The only thing is dragon riding, and that is looking really solid right now, even with the dragon riding tree coming in last build fully, and the ability to kind of unlock the entire tree as well. And that's looking really solid. That's looking very, very good. So a lot of the bare bones and a lot of the content is in alpha, and in my humble opinion, I think the expansion is very much looking, on time, looking like it's getting to a point where, that November 28th deadline is actually looking realistic. And maybe I'll eat my words in a couple months. I don't know. We'll see what happens and as we get into beta and whatnot. But I don't know. I think November 28th, 2022 sounds like a reasonable date for Dragonflight. But we'll have to see. And let me know down below, guys, what you think of the leak date. I didn't think this leak was real at first, but now with the, the Game Awards being announced and the Wrath stuff being announced and all being correct, could be. But let me know down below what you think of that. Let me know what you think of the idea of pre-patch very, very soon. I'd love to know what you guys think. But before I go, let's give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I mentioned, I am now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming Dragonflight Alpha Beta, Prepatch PTR, Wrath Lich King Classic, all that good stuff, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.